average blows, competitive spirits. Yeah, 13.
Happy day and what it do?
Yes, sir.
It's your boy K. Listen, man, being average at anything is never great. Being above average at everything kind of makes you awesome.
Yes, sir. And I go by 3% Chi, and the 3 represents the percentage of the world that's identical twins. And, of course, I'm touching, smelling, seeing, tasting, and hearing people cough less frequently. So what I got to complain about? So if you don't know, if you're new to the show, me and Kay, we are actually identical twins.
Yes.
We like to say we got fraternal thoughts.
Of course.
However, when some people, they hear identical twins, they think they can think the same, they can feel the same pain. I assure you we can't feel the same pain.
Not the case.
But perhaps sometimes we have similar thoughts.
Right.
So how we like to start the show off is I'm going to count to 3. I'm going to say what's on my mind.
I'm going to say what's on my mind.
And maybe it might be the same thing. You ready?
Let's get it.
1, 2, 3. Chicken
Corn
and
rolls.
grits. All right. Well, we definitely are not having identical thoughts today, but I assure you we are identical twins, just
Right.
not in the creases of our armpits. That's just how it goes sometimes. Anyhow, today we are going to be talking about assistance. Right? I have 2 definitions for assistance.
Yeah. So I have action of helping someone with a job or a task.
All right. And then the other definition that I have is the provision of money, resources, or information to help someone.
Right. And since just we're on that, definition of help falls on the same umbrella. Help is make it easier for someone to do something by offering one services or resources.
Right. So y'all probably don't know this, but Kay used to get my hand-me-down diapers. So I helped him out in
No,
that.
sir.
Yes, sir.
No, sir.
That's a true story, bro. I was talking to Dad the other day. He told me.
Shut up.
It's not in a way that the traditional sense of hand-me-downs, but because when we came out, I was a bit bigger than you.
All right.
So when they went to put the diapers on me, it couldn't fix. I had the Willie Johnson. So they said, "Oh yeah, we gotta put this one on K."
Yeah,
so it's a
right.
hand-me-down. You're
Look, he the guy who was saying it was cold that night.
All right, so how I'm going to start off today is 13.7% of Americans have a mobile disability where they need assistance to walk or climb or to stand. How does that make you feel? If it makes you feel any type of way.
Yeah, it really don't make me feel any type of way. But where I live in Danbury, Connecticut,
Yep.
the place where I live, there's if you drive maybe like 2 minutes from where I live, there's like I want to say a older folks home.
Yep.
And when I see them walk, like generally I'm seeing them in some type of mobile, like
Wheelchair or
motorized wheelchair type.
Those the joints, bro. When I go into like a Walmart or whatever. I mean, I'll do it now, but like a little younger, just hop on one and get to going. If there's a elder person that listens to this podcast or watch on YouTube, can you let me know how that makes you feel? Like, I don't know if that gets you up. If you see like a kid or something riding on one of those things.
Okay. Yeah.
How does that make you feel? I want to apologize in advance or in the past advance. I don't know.
For my past actions.
If you had, which disability would you not want, or like that you wish that not you wish you don't have a disability now, so
Right.
Respect.
Right.
But if there was a disability that requires you to have need assistance, which one would you not want to have? And I'll just go over some. Obviously, we just went over mobility, cognitive, like help making decisions and whatnot,
Right.
hearing, vision, or self-care, like showering and stuff like that.
Cognitive for sure.
Well, you wouldn't want to have that one.
Yeah.
Okay. I think I would be more of I wouldn't want to have lack of vision. Like I want to see at all times. Like I think that'd be the
Okay.
worst one to have.
Maybe sometimes it's things that I wish I didn't see. All right.
Name me 2.
I didn't mean to walk in on you, Grandma. I'm sorry. All right. I wish I ain't see it. I wish I ain't see it. That is not a true story. That's not a true story.
So if anything deserved the cue, that was that. You need to cue that up, bro. Grandma.
I just had to let it be known it was not a true story. So don't be grandma shaming me, goddammit.
I think how grandma's shaming works is if it was true, then it's like, hey, come on, man, it happened, all right?
I plead the 1, 2, 3, 4, 5th.
So when you hear the word disability, what's the first thing that comes to your mind first off?
First, no, you're not able to do something. Like you don't have the ability to do like one specific thing.
Okay. For whatever reason, when I hear it, I go back to elementary school, and I think about that short bus and how I did not want to get caught riding a short bus.
It want to be a short bus shorty.
But unfortunately, you and I had to ride that short bus. You was riding it first.
Sir.
I just joined in. I don't know why.
Listen, man, you ain't getting no pushback from me. Whether I was or I wasn't, I don't know. I mean, even because
About to hit on what I was about to say, I think.
probably, but like, cause where we went to separate schools after a point. So where I was going to school, there wasn't a bunch of kids like at our bus stop that was going to that school. I was the only one going to that school, so it probably wouldn't have made sense.
To have a big old.
Yeah,
It's the same gas though. So it's not, I thought you was gonna.
yeah, but they can use that for different routes.
Okay. What I was gonna say was that it don't necessarily mean you have a disability. Well, matter of fact, I don't know if there's any truth to this.
What?
But I was in a short class.
Yeah,
but
IBM, right?
IBM, yeah.
Yeah.
So I'm not sure if that has anything to do with why you ride a short bus or not.
Maybe they wanted to keep you because, like you said, for me when I was doing, I also like was in the IBM class, and everybody that was on the bus with they was my classmates.
Oh, snaps!
It's like I think they was trying to, because I was a badass kid. Like I was a badass kid. You was too.
Yep.
I want to say that they wanted to keep me away from general population. Like I was jealous or something.
And I was trying to see how I could how that ties into assistance, but also you just said everybody that you was riding with was in your class.
Yeah.
So they was probably hoping this can assist your badass and you know what I'm
I
saying?
can't get in any further trouble than
Right.
Was
there also a aide or somebody on those short buses?
Perhaps there were. I don't remember too much, but I mean, I would just say the bus driver. The bus was so damn short.
Oh right, he just
I mean,
get up.
yeah, just look back.
When okay, so speaking of assistance, and I know that once in a while, I'll be on the sticks. I'll be on the Call of Duty sticks.
Yes,
bro.
sir.
And if y'all want some of that smoke, perhaps me and Kay can provide the smoke for you.
Yeah.
At a given time.
Right. Well, actually, we in this show can we we can drop our what is it?
Usernames,
Our
and PSN in the show notes.
Yeah, show notes.
Yeah, we'll drop our PSNs in the show notes, and if y'all want that smoke,
Come get it.
pull off. But talking about assistance and stuff, you guys are the people that has aim assist and stuff just don't play the game, bro. Don't play the game. We know that you're not
boy.
like that.
I'm glad you brought that up.
What's up
I'm
with
not glad you brought that
Oh.
up. Yeah, screw y'all, man. You're making the game not fun for me. I was getting like 4 kills a game at a point. I thought that was good to me. And
Start
then
playing with these dudes.
yeah, I'm looking at replays. I'm just like, how, bro?
But I will say though, it is not fun but entertaining to watch them on a
hell
YouTube
yeah.
or something.
Hell yeah.
They be going, and I my dumb ass thinking that they're really nice, give them the credit that I think that they deserve,
Right.
and then just to find out that no, it's a cheat code. They getting straight headshots and come on, man, shooting through tents, buildings.
In the words of the Honorable Drake,
What's up?
it's a one-word lyric. It goes, worse.
I'm over here thinking he about to say something like profound.
Nah, no sir. But so I seen something on civicscience.com.
Yep.
They did like a survey, right? And I know you generally ask me how many people participated, so I'll just go ahead and hit you with that info first. It's not the 200,000 I think you quote that you would need to really be able to substantiate these claims.
Yep.
It was 2,092 people participated in this specific survay. And
Fair amount.
Go ahead, huh?
It's a fair amount.
Yeah. So and what they were asking, it was they were asking who, like, do you ask for help at home, work, at a store, traveling, or online, right?
Yep.
And so what they came away with was 74% of adults ask for help,
Right.
and I thought I was happy with, like, I was kind of happy with that because I'm somebody now where I was a kid, it was like, nah, you probably heard in the lyrics, I don't need no help, I'm gonna do it myself. And you think that's cool and stuff, but like, nah, bro. Like, everybody can use help or like some form of assistance in any way and at every point of life, I think. Go ahead. You got
Right.
something?
Yeah. Well, because you had named home, work, online, or whatever. So, are you about to get into that?
Well, what you mean? Like,
So, where is the number one place that people or adults ask for that help?
Well, so yeah, I'm not going to get into that. It didn't break it down. So the only thing that they had broke it down was traveling and at a store, like that, like they went to, like, they did those individually too.
Okay.
But like for this one's just with all of them together.
Okay.
And that's
So it's just
You-
saying that
you-
in those situations, people are saying 4%.
74% they will ask for help.
Okay, 74%
yeah.
say they will ask for help.
Yeah.
What was you about to ask me?
At home? Like how?
How do you ask for help?
No, not how do you ask for help? Because I mean, you have your wife.
Right. Of course, I ask for help.
And you,
first.
like, I'm saying, do you often? You think it's often, or
I don't know. Now I'm gonna try to
Depends.
keep track of it. I'm gonna try to keep on track of it. Yeah. I don't know. Do you?
yeah, yes, it's most maybe if I'm cleaning something or if I'm attempting to cook. Lord knows I don't.
That's what I was gonna ask. Like, do you cook? Like,
No sir, no sir. But do you? All right, so it's broken down. They did break it down into like millennials, Gen X, and baby boomers.
okay.
Who do you think had the highest percentage in this survey of like they would ask for help?
Millennials.
Millennials?
Yeah. No.
Nah.
Wow. Who?
It was Gen X at 38%. Millennials was 31%. Baby boomers was 31%. And that made I was disappointed.
Yeah, I was too. 'Cause I'm thinking like
You're younger, you don't know much, right?
Yeah.
That's what I was thinking. I'm like for baby boomers, that's 55 and up.
Yep.
Gen X was 35 to 54. Millennials was like 18 to 34.
They didn't have Gen Z in there.
Nah, not yet.
Okay.
Maybe perhaps if they do the study again, they will include them in it.
Okay.
But yeah, like so baby boomers made sense to me to not ask for as much help because at
Where they
55
at?
years old,
Yeah.
you experience a lot. But yeah, for the millennial, come on, we gotta do better. Like
Let's start here. Look in the mirror, and when we need help, let's ask for that help. So if you're not brushing your teeth for 2 minutes, as we talked about previously in other episodes, ask your wife to time you, or ask your girlfriend or your boyfriend or whatever to do something that can help you get that down packed.
that's a Fendi. That's a Fendi.
Yeah, but you mentioned cooking real quick. Like,
Right.
where is your cooking skills, by the way? Like, I make a mean rice. Like, I make a great rice.
I don't know anybody. Actually, let me not say that. Say who makes rice terribly, but I guess you can.
Yeah, I mean, when we first started, me and Kay, we used to live together.
Yes, sir.
And when we tried to, let me speak for myself. When I tried to make rice when we lived together before it came out like mashed potatoes, I just didn't know the perfect balance.
I want to say, you just didn't know how to make rice at that time.
Okay,
But
so
like,
now I
it
make
wasn't a
mean rice.
nasty rice. Oh, when you say mean, I think you say mean as in because it tastes great.
It tastes great. The texture is perfect.
Okay,
It's
so
not too soggy,
the
not too
mashed
hard.
potato rice is just you didn't know how to make rice at all.
Yeah, but there's some people that makes soggy. I don't know. All I'm saying is mean rice is a perfect rice to me. Okay.
All right, let's get off the rice. All right,
I'm just saying.
Unless we're talking about Jerry.
Huh?
Jerry Rice.
Sorry.
He assisted the quarterback with them touchdown catches. All right.
All right. I mean,
Yeah, there.
if you need assistance with rice making, I can help you out. That's all I'm saying. So one thing that I used to, hey, I know in the last episode we talked about well, not a couple episodes ago we talked about like walking to work and stuff, right?
Right.
And I used to hate how I would walk to work. I didn't hate walking to work, but walk to work, whatever. Then when I get to work, someone from work would come up to me and say, "Hey, man, I saw you walking, but I didn't want to." That pissed me off. Like, don't mention it, bro.
Yeah. You didn't do anything. Let's just keep it that way. Don't.
Like, what can that information do for me now? Besides,
get me mad?
right. that used to piss me off, bro.
Yeah, that happened to both of us too many times, way too many times than I would like.
So the moral of that is, if you are someone who's driving and you see a coworker walking, if you're not gonna stop for him or her, just don't mention it when they get to the
or anything. If you could have helped someone or assisted someone in any way and you did it, when you see them later on, just don't bring it up.
Yeah, what's the point of that? What is the point of that? Trying to get some brownie points or something? It's like, yo, I would have gave you the $5,000, but
I actually like now thinking about it, I take it as disrespect. You disrespecting me now. Like, you know what
we're
I'm
like
saying?
bringing it up.
Yeah, telling me what you was gonna do, but you chose not to do it.
Oh, so you trying to test me? That's what you're saying. Like,
That's what's up.
I can see that. It's like,
Yeah.
I mean, you ain't gonna do nothing, you little punk. Look, I was gonna pick you up, right? Oh, okay. So you had brought up that survey,
Right.
So what do you? Okay, there's 3 main reasons why people decline assistance, right?
Right.
I'm gonna give you the 3. This is not in any order. I'm actually what you think is the number 1 reason.
Okay.
So it's feeling as if they don't deserve it.
Okay.
A burden of repayment, like I gotta pay you back for the help,
I can see that.
and pride. Which one do you think is number 1?
Pride.
That is absolutely number 1. Some people, including myself, sometimes, or not necessarily anymore.
Right.
But there are some things that I need to work on that area of like being too prideful to ask for help.
Right.
But yeah, like so I can see when I was younger, I had way too much pride to ask another man, especially, or anybody at that for help doing anything. Have you ever felt like you was like undeserving of help? I'm trying to see how that could potentially relate to you and or I.
So like through my life, I said through my life, there was multiple instances where like there was teachers and stuff who like helped me more than I thought I deserve, or they didn't have to, right? Like they're going above and beyond for no reason. So I wouldn't say like I feel like I didn't deserve help or something, but like I was ashamed. Not ashamed, or maybe I just like later on in life, I felt like I wasn't far enough or I wasn't accomplished enough to like reach back out to them. And in that way, I felt like I didn't deserve to be talking to them still. Like they did so much for me.
Reach back out to them
Just for anything,
Oh, okay.
even to say hello. Like,
Got you.
So I mean, like I certainly would be felt like I wasn't deserving of any more help because I feel like they helped me so damn much. But outside of that, no, I never really felt like I wasn't deserving of any help.
Right. And I would say I guess the same, like hindsight, I could look at it and say the same thing like you, like maybe I wasn't doing enough myself to even to deserve that help, but that's in hindsight. There's never been a time where I'm actually in the moment and I'm like, nah, I don't deserve that help.
Right.
If you got some help to give, yes sir.
Yeah.
Pass that.
And so like asking for help, I think is good on two fronts, right? So you're going to it's good in multiple ways. One, when you ask for help, you can like subconsciously, I was going to say subconsciously, you build a relationship with somebody, right? That's a connection that you have. Plus, you didn't get assistance with whatever it was you was asking for help for, and again, there was this mentality on counseling.org. There's a website, right? It's Nora Brochard. She gave her opinion to some type of psychologist, and it was her opinion. And I think we all can agree with this, that most people are hardwired to want to do things on their own. Right. Asking for help makes people feel uneasy because they're surrendering control to someone else.
Right.
And I think.
I mean, you had not a while back, maybe like 2 weeks ago or 3 weeks ago, you had posed me with a question, and it was about it's a financial question.
Right.
About, do you remember the question you asked me? About if someone gave you $50 million.
Yeah.
Post that.
So I asked, and we'll get into this.
Later
again,
on.
no, because I want to it's like an episode I want to spend on that. But would you rather would you rather find $2 million or make $2 million on your own?
Right.
What would you choose?
And
but the original of the question was like, would you rather somebody give you $2 million?
Yeah. Kay just flipped it a little bit, but yeah. Would you rather someone give you $2 million, or would you rather make $2 million by yourself, or $1 million by yourself?
Right.
And a lot of people, they would say, I want to make that $1 million by myself because they feel like I want to guess maybe a burden of repayment or something, like owing somebody. Nobody want to owe anybody.
Right.
But we'll get into that another time.
So I want to get into a misconception because I think this is a big one. I remember you when you were on Facebook, you had like an exchange with somebody on this topic,
okay,
so to speak. And if anybody want to like fact check my misconceptions, generally I don't say it because I get my sources from a lot of different sites. But I got all my misconceptions, and these, first of all, I think they're common sense misconceptions, and so this website just like validated them to me.
Yep.
But so it's sas-smart.com.
Okay.
And
Gonna get into that first.
Yeah. The one that I want to get into misconception is you can't help unless you've been through the same experience or you have the same experiences. And so on Facebook, when you were going through this back and forth, it was like related to like kids, and people was like, you don't have a kid yet, so like you can't I
can't chime in.
Yeah, you don't have a say. So I just want to say to that, right? I was thinking about it. I'm like, if the world worked like that, like you couldn't help or assist unless you had experience. Think about how many services wouldn't exist.
Right. So I think I understand why people say that, like to defend their point. Like, but what you need to do is change your language on that and just say, I'd rather not listen to your opinion or take your advice because you can't.
I feel like you can't relate, so I feel like it wouldn't be helpful. Yeah, make sure you say I feel like, because there's no truth in that. Again, if the world worked like that, what about mechanics? Can he not fix your car because he didn't have a crash himself? Could he not? He never had a flat. Could he not change your flat tire?
Right. Right.
Doesn't make any sense.
Okay. I appreciate that, sir.
Yeah.
Appreciate that very much. Okay. So, speaking about like assistance, I think the number one thing that people need assistance with most of the time is like financials.
Okay.
So how do you feel? There's like a lot of apps, right?
Yeah.
Like I guess cash advance apps. You got like Dave, you got Chime, you got Earnin. How do you
never heard of any of these joints?
You had to hear of Dave. That's with the beer. No, okay.
Nah.
Chime. You never
Chime.
heard
I heard Chime.
All
I
right,
heard Chime.
cool. Then you're some.
Yeah.
I mean, even I think you could do it with the Cash App too. Like there's an option to like get your paycheck a week in advance. Or
Oh
something
yeah,
like that.
yeah.
Like, how do you feel about like apps like that?
That help you get your paycheck a week in advance?
Yeah.
Stupid.
And why do you feel that way?
Because then you're gonna still be on that same cycle.
You mean like if you start to get it a week earlier, then
Then you're
that's
always
still the
getting a
same?
week. Yeah, then you're in the same boat, and you're probably losing money because I'm sure they take something, right?
Yeah, they take something and they heavily rely on donations or tips. But I wouldn't necessarily say stupid. Maybe that might be too harsh of a word. Because there are certain circumstances where that can actually be beneficial to you.
Yeah.
Like you know, something emergency came up, you need kind of your money right now.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying?
Okay.
But yeah, I would just say just be wary of that. Don't abuse that. Just
Yeah.
because you
Because then if you get paid early, now remember you're not gonna get paid again until even longer now, right?
Right.
So
well no, you'll be on that same cycle if you
if
continue
you chose
to
to
get it.
keep doing that,
Yeah.
and then okay, yeah.
and most of these like cash advance apps, they do have a limit, so they don't let you go over like $200. So I mean, I'm hoping, I'm not trying to make fun of anybody, but I'm hoping that your check is more than $200. So that's not your check, like your whole entire check.
Right.
But yeah,
Yeah, I
just
hope
be
so, too.
wary about just always using these cash advance things. I know that people need assistance in that way,
Right.
but you know, I'd rather you reach out to a family member, a friend, somebody that you can really
Right.
rely on.
Right.
Put the pride away. You know what I'm saying? Don't feel like you're going to owe them more than what they're giving you.
Right.
You know what I'm saying? And accept their help if they're willing to
Yeah,
pass that.
listen, man. According to CNBC.com, and of course, I think a lot of people would agree with this. Asking for help can alleviate stress, time, and pressure. So
Right.
be sure to ask for help, because also according to counseling.org, what they think or what they say people should ask for help when they're in these situations. You should ask for help when you're facing a difficult time or a difficult situation, something causing depression, high stress, or anxiety. I'll go a step further to say sometimes even if you don't think you need help, you should ask for help, because it could be benefit. You can learn things that you didn't even know.
But if you don't think that you need help, why do you won't have the wherewithal to ask for it if you don't think you need it?
Well,
Like,
so that's what I'm saying. We can all use help.
I understand that.
Period. Even because I'm on a record saying now, even if you're building a bike,
Okay.
right? You know how to build a bike, but the person that lives across the street from you is a professional bike builder. So
So
yes,
just like ask them like, yo, how do you think that this is coming out?
because
Okay.
it can ultimately just help you, or it can fine tune your skills.
Okay. What about the flip side of that?
What?
How I think when you ask someone for help,
Yeah.
and they decline it, like, how do you deal with that? Because I mean, me myself, I do think the initial, I'm not sure if this is pride or not, but the initial, the what do you say, refusal to help,
Yeah.
I think that can bring you somewhere mentally, like,
Okay.
damn.
Well, yeah. I mean, at the end of the day, we have to live in a realistic place that nobody owes you anything, right? So you can't go into it with the expectations. Realize that not everybody. It could be a plethora of reasons why somebody can't help you right now. Maybe they just don't have the time for it. Maybe they're not as knowledgeable as you thought that they were.
Right.
So, not helping somebody doesn't mean that you're a bad person. Perhaps they get gratification in a different way. Period. Too. Right.
Right.
Like let's say they're a teacher, and yeah, you can argue that they're helping somebody, but to them, like, they're doing their job,
Right.
and like that's their form of help. So if they seen somebody on the street, they're not inclined to just because an action of like they're not being selfless in that moment doesn't make them selfish or anything.
Right. But okay, so just don't want to stray too far about the question that I asked. Like, dealing with someone saying no to you.
Right.
Now, I guess you're saying like don't go into anything with expectations.
Yeah.
However, like I think just how do you deal with just someone saying no aside from not having expectations?
I say like you I think like, all right, thank you for your time, at least, like, because they had to answer you or something, and then you ask somebody else.
Okay. So all right. So don't have any expectations, number
Right.
one, and then thank them for answering you.
Yeah.
Hopefully they didn't
And then maybe
ignore you.
next time, just you doing that, they be like, oh, okay, this person's nice. Like, all right, so when I do have time, maybe they keep that note in their mental.
Okay.
Like, all right, when I see them, do you still need help with this?
Right.
Because I can help you.
Right. So don't take it personal or anything like that. Just understand that they got a life and they might have some things going on, and just try to have a positive.
When the last time you asked for help?
The last time on the spot, I can't say.
Okay.
I can't say.
Okay.
But generally, when I ask for help, I don't think I'm saying like, yo, I need help with this. I'll probably ask for an opinion on something, and then that is kind of my version of asking for help.
Right.
So I'm looking for you to say something that I could utilize right then or maybe in the future. You know what I'm saying?
Got you.
So something when I first hear the word assistance, like I think of something that can make life a little easier, or like you said, like alleviate any potential concerns or whatever, right?
Yeah, pressure.
When you hear that word, what do you think of?
Assistance?
Yeah.
Help. I just immediately think
Just
like, help. Yeah.
okay. Sometimes okay. Where do you stand on assistance versus support? Is there a difference to you if someone says I'm assisting K,
Yeah.
or I'm supporting K? Does it
Yeah.
matter? Oh, it does matter.
Yeah, I think there's a difference.
And okay.
Because assisting K means like you're actively involved. Supporting means like you're like cheering me on, like a cheerleader type deal, and like making sure like mentally like I'm good to go.
Okay.
And if you were going to rephrase it like, all right, but if somebody's supporting your lifestyle, I think that's
yeah. I wasn't gonna necessarily rephrase it like that.
Use the words wrong.
No. I'm just asking like assistance versus support. Like, does it matter how someone phrases what they were doing? You know, oh, I was assisting K or I was supporting K. Does that matter? Usually, well, how I thought of it was like when I think of assistance, I shorten that. I think of assist. I think of that's more like a one-off where I hear support, I'm thinking that's more of an ongoing thing. But I guess it just, like you said, it kind of depends how you say it,
Right.
how you use it.
Right.
Yeah. But I was just wondering, like, does that matter to people? Like the words, like assistance versus I'm supporting, I'm helping, like whatever it is.
Right. So just want to bang out a couple more misconceptions.
I get
it. So another one, like people that's helping you always solve problems, or they can solve them quickly. Just like, because you can be asking me to do something, and maybe I never fully did this before, but I did steps of it. Like just going into asking someone for help, you shouldn't automatically assume that they can solve whatever you're asking for, or they can do it fast.
Right. I'm not even sure why that would even be a misconception. It's like, I need help. I don't need you to do it now. I just need help.
Well, maybe because like you didn't ask until you had an hour left of whatever, and then so like you like, all right, if I get this person to help me, I'm gonna be finished. Like, nah, you might finish a little faster.
The
but
expectation that
right.
you're expecting. Yeah,
there
gotcha.
you go. All right, another one is helping means telling people what to do or how to think. I think that's a big one too. I think that can fall under why why people don't ask for help. You said like pride.
Yeah.
And they don't want to surrender and feel powerless into a situation.
Wait, so is it saying when you ask someone to help you, you're
No. When you help someone, or when somebody helps you, it doesn't mean that they're going to tell you what to do or tell you what to think. They can tell you how to do something, or how it's better to do something, or what's easier, or what they feel is easier. It's you're not going to be powerless, like
right.
you might think.
I'm wondering like what goes into someone's psyche to go there. Like if you're asking for the help, whether maybe they are giving you step-by-step directions on how to do something. Like, but why would you then go, oh, why are you trying to tell me what to do? I mean, you just asked me for help.
Right.
So I'm just gonna, I'm giving you the step-by-step. But like, bruh, you don't gotta listen to what I'm saying.
Well, maybe I'm saying, so that goes into why somebody wouldn't want to ask for help. Like if they're already thinking like, damn, I don't want to, like, all right, if I'm asking him how, or her, or if I'm asking somebody how to do something,
they're gonna little bro me type shit.
Maybe that's what they
got you. Okay. So I was well, did you have any more misconceptions that you wanted to bring up?
One more.
All right.
In order to help, you need age and wisdom. I think that's common sense. You don't need to be an older person who somebody else perceive as wise to help somebody else.
Right, and that's actually a big thing. If we have any folks 30 and above listening to this or watching on YouTube, like it's okay to get help or to take advice from people younger than you.
Right.
They can have, just because they're younger than you, they can have a crazy more amount of experience than you at something specific.
Or just something as easy as like a different perspective on something could like shock you, and you can learn so much just from that, period.
Right. I mean, you know how it is. I think Pops said he had kind of the mindset at times. I think he's doing way better now.
Right.
But just like, yo, I've been on this earth longer than you. So like, psh, I ain't, know what I'm saying? What you gonna tell me?
I'm smarter than you. I know how to do everything because I've been here. Yeah, okay.
On the flip side of that, though, like talking about my pops, like he's maybe not the best with technology, and I understand that.
Right.
So people that's older, I know you might not be the best with technology, but when people are helping you, please take the time to actually pay attention so you can like become adequate at doing, working with the technology or whatever. It's
Right.
kind of annoying when you go out your way to help someone, and you can help them once or twice, but then there's no gains.
Right,
You know what I'm saying?
right.
They're at the same level. That's kind of frustrating to me.
I'm after we get into our Your Honor segment, I want to touch on like that a little more. But yeah, we're about to get into our infamous Your Honor segment, and that is
The Your Honor segment is our chance to, get our competitive spirits out, rocking and rolling.
Yes, sir.
It is important to know that these are not necessarily our feelings
our
or
personal opinions, thoughts,
this is
views.
just a way for us to get competitive in a way that means a lot to us. So,
With further ado, here we go.
on today's docket, should welfare be abolished? I will be the prosecution today. You dig? You ready?
Ready, Freddie?
All right, quiet in the courtroom. Your Honor, ladies and gentlemen of the courtroom, this man dares to enter this courtroom with a mindset similar to a fresh pair of unopened AirPods. In other words, this man has been charged with failure to think outside the box. Ladies and gentlemen, when I'm done presenting my case, you will have no doubts, with the only conclusion being to find this man guilty. I turn it over to the defense.
Your Honor, ladies and gentlemen of the jury, the goal of welfare is to support families and individuals in need as they work towards a more secure financial life. Welfare is just a way to help. By the end of this case, I'll show that not only do we need to keep welfare programs, but also that we all, you, me, everyone, can use some help. I'd like to turn it over to the prosecution at this time.
Thank you, Your Honor. I just want to say that I am with abolishing the welfare. I don't think I made that clear, so my apologies to anybody that's listening right now. All right, Your Honor, these government programs are supposed to support upward mobility, right? Give you the assistance you need to get above that poverty line. However, if you go around asking people if it's doing just that, they will reference it as a honey glazed bear trap. Hard to get out of. Looks sweet, but once you get trapped, bop, it's hard to get out of. I'd actually like to call the defense to the stand at this time.
Here.
I'm going to ask you a couple questions. Please just answer yes or no.
Got it.
All right. Do you own a car?
Yes.
Is it true that in your check-ins, your savings, your IRA, and plus any stocks you currently own, you have over $1,000?
Yes.
I can relieve you from the stand at this time.
All right.
Your Honor, the defense just admitted to having a car and up to or more than $1,000 in all his accounts, right? Ladies and gentlemen of the jury, those same things would be disqualifiers if you needed government assistance and you lived in Washington, all right? You see, in some of these states, your assets can't be more than $1,000. That means the defense wouldn't be able to get those or to own those Jordans that make him look like a thotty pop. No, sir. He couldn't own that. He couldn't own that. So what is the government saying? In order for them to help you out, you need to do a disservice to yourself. That means spending that money in your savings account you was going to use for a down payment on a Tory Lanez refurbished hairline, right? Empty out that IRA because these hoes ain't loyal and they need to see that cash because dollar bills, y'all. I repeat, in order for you to get assistance from the government, you have to be a lesser version of yourself. Think about that. I turn it over to the defense.
I'd like to call the prosecution to the stand at this time.
I'm here, my boy.
How you doing today?
Great.
You have a house, right?
Correct.
You love your house?
Indeed.
How would you feel if there was a tornado and your house was blown to pieces?
I wouldn't like that at all.
I understand. You can get off the stand now.
Appreciate it.
Right. We heard from the prosecution's mouth that he wouldn't like that at all. But good thing we have a social welfare disaster relief program. So even the guy who would want to abolish such programs would still be able to benefit. Think about that. I can turn it over to the prosecution at this time.
Your Honor, ladies and gentlemen of the courtroom, the fact of the matter is this. When people have to consistently meet these requirements in order to maintain these benefits, there is no energy left for them to do an intense job search. There is no financial wiggle room for them to turn down being a Dollar Tree greeter. They just have to take whatever they can get at this point. You know what I'm saying? It's clear that these social assistant programs we have right now aren't helping. With that being said, I hope I've done enough today to convince you why we need to abolish the current welfare programs that we have at this time and to come up with better ones. I ask you all for one last time to please come back and find this man guilty of failure to think outside the box. I appreciate your time. I rest my case.
Your Honor, ladies and gentlemen of the jury, to be honest with you, I'm not too sure how we got this far because the prosecution has proved nothing and has shown as much. I ask that this case get thrown away like a bald man's hairline and we all go out tomorrow or maybe in the next 5 minutes and help someone because, again, everyone in life could use some help. I rest my case.
Please, please, please meet us in the comments section. We will have a party there, and we could talk about how I just whooped this boy. You did not see that coming.
No, you're right.
My fault. I'm on this high. So. What are you going to say? Give me my props?
No, sir. No, sir.
So you wanted to touch back on something.
Yeah.
Let's touch back on it. It was just talking about older people. Not when they. Oh, not that.
No. It had nothing to do with older people.
Okay.
All right. So like, so right now, I have what I do for work. Part of what I do for work, I am helping people get access to technology.
Right.
And the first thing I did was reach out to people that I think could use it, but I worded it in a way where perhaps they don't get feel insulted or anything. And I think that's even crazy that in today's world you have to worry about that when all you're trying to do is help.
But we know that's how it is, though.
It's crazy. It's
right.
ridiculous. But in that I just want to say when you are helping someone or when you're the person receiving the help, because this is what you was touching on earlier. When you're the person that receiving the help, I personally think, this is a place from feelings, but I mean I believe a lot of people would agree with me here. Mm-hmm. When somebody's helping you, the person that's getting help, you should make it as easy as possible for that person to help you, especially if they're going above and beyond. You don't want to, when they're all they're trying to do is help, you don't play defense. No, you contribute to that offense and let them help.
Small pushback here.
Go ahead.
When you say you don't play defense, I mean, unfortunately, a lot of people do need help, and what has that created? An opportunity for scammers or somebody to come in and take advantage of those people that already need help.
Okay.
So I know if someone is already certified and their credentials is
no,
great,
but I mean when you're already in a place or a situation where you both agreed upon this help. You asked me for help. I said I will help you. Okay. I'm going to deliver this help to you. Don't make it harder for me to do that.
Right.
It just makes no sense.
Right.
You know what I mean?
Right. I understand what you're saying.
So, I mean, yeah. So, always helping people can. I'm glad you brought that up because always helping people can definitely lead to being taken advantage of for sure. Right. Some people probably see you as or perceive you as weak, or a liability. So, I guess in some ways you want to be mindful of that.
Right.
But damn.
If any of you guys what Kay was talking about, what he does for work and how he help people, reach out to Kay.
Yeah, feel free to reach out to me. I think my name. I know my name on Facebook's is JK 2K Boy Wilson, and I'm not gonna name drop anybody, but it is ridiculous, utterly ridiculous. I'm reaching out to people I know. Some people are leaving me on red. All right, I'm just trying to help. I'm sorry. I got a little angry.
But
Woosah.
just understand that just like people that was doing forex trading, they was trying to help. You know,
Not at all. This is a government funded program.
I understand. I'm just saying it's like you kind of wary of everything, and it's unfortunate when you're in a position to help.
I do get that, and I actually had to catch myself. I had to rephrase how I was hitting some people up or reaching out to some people.
Right.
And you know what I came back with?
What's up?
In today's world, how do you not sound like a scammer?
It's hard. That's the unfortunate part. It's like just so many opportunities for people to get taken advantage of.
Bro, I found myself like writing like, this is 100% me. I'm like, wait, who would say some shit like that? Scam.
So going back to like when I said, or when I first hear assistance, I think of like something that can make life a little easier, or like you said, alleviate potential concerns or whatever, right?
Stress, time, pressure.
Right. So think about products now. Products that perhaps made claims or whatever, how they can help. Right.
Right.
So in 2009, Reebok came out with an easy tone shoe that made claims that they're proven to strengthen your calves and your hamstrings by up to 11%.
How could they?
This just by the way that they made the
No, but
the
how
heel.
can they claim that as a? See, I think that. Go ahead.
They said the way that they made their heels, when you just walk in it every day, it strengthens your calves and your hamstrings.
Oh, because you constantly doing toe ups, or
I guess. But I mean, that came out to not be true.
Yeah.
Got sued for $25 million.
as they deserve. Who? It was like a single person, or was like one of those groups?
Yeah, a group. It's a group suit. It was a group suit.
Damn, I missed out.
Right. And then also in 2009 must have been a crazy year, goddamn.
Everybody was getting sued.
ORAC, which is a vacuum company, they released their ads introducing their new ORAC flu fighters, and it made claims that they could capture and destroy airborne viruses like the flu and whatever. And of course, that's just asinine.
Why?
I mean, why is because right after those ads came out, sales went through the roof. That's why.
Yeah, but you're gonna have to back that claim now.
I do understand, but how though?
Well, how do they prove that? Like, we don't have to prove.
Or just how do you prove that it's not doing those things? You know what I'm saying? Like,
Did they successfully get sued?
oh yeah, they still got sued, my boy.
Well, shit.
No, I'm just saying. So I can understand their like
Their
their
logic on it.
yeah, the advertisement team saying, look, they can't prove us wrong.
Imagine that, yeah.
So, anyways, I brought up those products just to say like, yo, definitely be wary of like products that's making these claims that might sound too good to be true.
Yeah,
Like,
generally they do say if it sounds good to be true.
then it is too good to be true. Goddamn.
Yeah, but not this program that I'm helping people with. Come on now.
So I'm not sure where we at on time, but
We good.
okay, cool. So I did a keyword search, right? So I used my keyword search tool, and I typed in food stamps, right? And well, first off, the keyword search was for assistance, and food stamps and roadside assistance was the two things that came up like the
Numero
most. Yeah.
Okay.
Right. So then I was interested. I went down a rabbit hole of food stamps, right? You know that there's things you can't buy with food stamps, or do you think?
Yeah, like non-food items.
Okay, alcohol, obviously,
yeah,
right?
yeah, come on, man.
So when you say non-food items, that also include like pet food, soaps, paper products, right?
Yeah.
And then also vitamins and medicine. I kind of think, okay, you should be able to buy. I think you should be able to buy You should be able to buy anything in a grocery store. First and foremost, why not?
Because there's alcohol. in
Not
grocery
alcohol
stores.
though. Okay, alcohol is an obvious one, and maybe medication, but they don't even sell hard medication.
Well, because again, so this is specific to food. It's called food stamps.
Or no, EBT,
Or
SNAP.
SNAP. Yeah, but it originally came from food stamps. Yeah, they changed it to WIC or whatever.
Okay.
Food stamps, bro.
If it's in a grocery store, I feel like yes, you should be able to use
Yeah,
it.
they got things in grocery stores that shouldn't be in a goddamn grocery store though.
That's true. Okay, so on the flip side of that,
Uh-huh.
so I was like, all right, I'm going down this rabbit hole. What are things that you could buy that you wouldn't think you'd be able to buy with food stamps? You want to take a guess? There's two things.
That you can buy that you wouldn't think that you'd be able to buy.
Yeah.
Nah.
All right. Because in one of the things that you can't buy is hot food in the grocery store. You can't go to like their hot food.
But some of them. I think that's not everywhere though.
Okay, maybe that's true. But anyway, so what you can buy is fast food. You can go to a McDonald's or whatever.
Yeah.
They accept it.
Yes, sir.
Which is I didn't know that. That's interesting.
Yeah.
And then hunting and fishing equipment. You can buy that with food stamps. And the logic is you're using that equipment to
Stop the bull.
So then I then go back to why wouldn't you be able to buy this other stuff then?
Yeah,
Soap.
that's
Come
well,
on.
I mean,
I know it's not food,
because like
but
yeah, you can't no and like the logic behind that. If they wanted to say that somebody's going to fishing to get some food, right? You can make that argument.
Touche.
You can't make that with soap.
I'm going to smell clean.
So give me something to eat.
food. Right. I go over to her house, win her over, or his house, you know.
Say, I'm gonna smell clean so she can eat the day, yo.
So then going back to that second thing that came up on the keyword search tool was roadside assistance.
Right.
All right. There's a list of top reasons why people need roadside assistance. Do you have any idea what the number one reason would be? And you hit on this last episode, I believe, that people should know how to do.
Oh yeah, flat tire.
Right, flat tire. The other reasons are if you ran out of gas, locked out of your car, dead battery, or you just need a tow. But a flat tire is the number one reason why people call like AAA or something. Guys, please learn how to change your tire.
It is 2022.
It is that indeed, and you're gonna spend $75 or whatever the amount maybe is in your insurance. You're gonna spend that on something that you could have done yourself.
Right. That's so simple. When you go home today and you learn how to do it, you're gonna be like, damn, I could have been doing this, John.
So you're welcome.
Right. Would it sound like a Geico commercial? I just saved X amount of money by learning how to change my flat tire.
Right. Is there anything that so when I was talking about food stamps,
Right.
EBT SNAP, whatever TANF, whatever it's called, is there
WIC.
Is there anything that you saw that was like, huh? Or just what assistant programs in general?
Not well. Hold on. So I want to go down a different rabbit hole.
Let's jump right through it. Hippity hop.
I want to say, you know what? I respect the people that is finessing the system.
What do you mean?
The people that found loopholes, and I'm not getting into any of the loopholes because no sir, no sir. But like where they're in a situation where you know they have food stamps or they're getting their electric bills paid or just things of that nature, right?
So I used to be a hater on things like that.
Okay, I think I was too.
And I think that's just because how society raises us or to like look down on certain things, right?
Right.
But when you think about like businesses or successful businessmen, women,
Right.
and how they use the loopholes to not pay taxes and stuff,
Right.
I come back to that respect.
Yeah. So yeah, just shout out to you. I mean, it is like a double-edged sword because some of them do mess it up for people who can really use some type of assistance.
Right.
And like I do feel bad for them, but just shout out to the people that's doing a great job finessing the finesse.
And like I said, if you go back, well, not in the Your Honor segment, I was like, it's like a trap. Like that is legit. That there's certain requirements that you need. Like you can't make X amount of money, but you're not making enough to be good on yourself, be good by yourself. So now you kind of got to jump back down low.
Well, that and just like if you live in any type of like housing community, Section 8, things like that, just like income based rent, that model, I will never understand that. Because like that is definitely like I thought you was gonna hit on it in the Your Honor segment. That's definitely trapping you. You got people who don't even want to get a raise now because they know their rent's gonna go up that much more, and like they're in the same spot.
Isn't that a percentage though?
Is it? What do you mean?
Is it the income based one? Is it a percentage that you make, or do they have set numbers?
I'm not too sure. I mean, it's been a while since we was kids. I think when we lived in the whole housing or just assisted community living.
Okay, because I'm not in agreement with you on that one. Like people are scared to get raises or whatever. Because I mean, you're in the program most of the time. I can speak for everybody, but you're in the program because you need to be in the program. So if you get a raise, it's not like you can not have it and you'll be good by yourself. That's not the case usually.
I'm not saying, but what I'm saying is because all right, so you're paying. Let's say somebody who has it and they are that Dollar Tree greeter. Right?
Yeah.
So I don't know how much money you're going to make. I'm not going to try to do it. But let's say that they put somebody like that, their rent is $200 a month.
Okay.
Right? And then your cousin, George, has his own business.
Okay.
And then you want to be part of his business. So you went from making, let's just say, $22,000 a year being a greeter. Now you're making $60,000. Now your rent is, let's say, if it was $200. Let's say your rent went to like $1,000. But like, this is the first time you're making this kind of money, right? You're not the pushback to that would be, I don't know how to manage this yet, and now I get this this larger rent, I didn't have time to save or anything. So I'm still in that same boat. Like, I think that's where you're trapped at. So you would you're like, you know what? Or you was one of those finessers. So now you got a job paying off the table, right? Because if you got the job on the table, your rent's gonna go up, and you can't save any money. So you're like, you know what? I'll just stay where I am now.
I think this has got to be one of those things. One, that we respectfully disagree with each other, and then two, if we don't know if it's a set percentage or a set amount that it goes up, then perhaps we come back to this another time.
Right. Because Dad, you better not have been lying to me this whole time, Father.
The last thing I say about that is because I know this was an extreme, exaggerated example that you gave, but like if you go from making $22,000 and then $60,000, at that point you don't necessarily need that assistance anymore. But if you can somehow finesse the system, please do it. I'm for that each and every time. That's how I feel about that. Goddamn. Okay. So, is there anything else that you wanted to get into? You have a keen interest in your heart?
As a matter of fact, no, I don't.
So, assistance as a whole, how can people be above average?
Like being above average when it comes to assisting, or help, I think one, let's start with yourself. You're gonna need help and or assistance at some point. Don't be ashamed from that. Don't shy away from that. It is what it is. Any successful person that you see in life or that you think is successful, they had help.
Right.
100%. They got assisted in some way, form, or fashion. So starting with yourself, don't be scared to do it or ask for it. In fact, I encourage you to do that. Speaking for helping people to be above average, just I would say help someone. Just make sure you help someone. And I mean, even if it's that homeless or bum on the street asking you for a couple of dollars, whatever, you don't gotta do it every time you see somebody. I'm surprised I ain't getting to that story, but you don't gotta do it every time you see somebody. But you do it once, or maybe that's not the way you get off. You want to donate to a shelter or something like that. That's helping as well. So, I think that's how you be. Just do it at least once, or maybe like, okay, I'll donate or I'll help somebody 4 times a year. And yeah, I think that's what makes you above average when it comes to assisting and or helping.
And I'd have to agree with that. Pay it forward if you can afford to do so. And then he said every successful person got help. I agree with that. However, Trump, he only got $1 million loan from his father, so he didn't really get that much help. Anyhow, so how we're gonna close the show out with is with information a guru would make you pay for. Now, this is usually where someone who gets some type of influence, they'll take advantage of people who might be down on their luck or whatever, and they'll sell them courses to some information that either is basic or it doesn't work at all. So today we were talking about assistance and whatever. There's credit repair companies, right? And they say that they can help you fix your credit. Now, they can help you fix your credit. However, I wouldn't recommend anyone to do that because every year you get 3 free credit checks from Experian, Equifax, and TransUnion. All the credit repair company is gonna do, or all they can do, is see what's on your credit report and report any inaccurate information. You could do that by yourself, and you don't have to pay anybody for that. Now, some people may already know that, and if you do, kudos to you. If you don't, that is information a guru will make you pay for.
That's a hell of info right there, and I think a lot of people fall into that trap.
Yes, sir.
But remember, being competitive is a positive attribute. Being average is a choice.
Average blows.